At this time, I invite you to stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Now let's meet the players. First from Orem High School, coached by Kai Enriquez. Number 1, Callie Udis. Number 2, Ashley Scott. Number 3, Maddie Scott. Number 5, Sarah Page. Number 6, Scarlett Page. Number 12, Brandon Fuller. Number 14, Lindsay Van Buren. Number 15, Haven Michaelis. Number 17, Cambry Cooney. And number 24, Sophie Campbell. And now the Vikings, coached by Isa Takahashi. Number 1, a senior, Elizabeth Carter. Number 2, also a senior, Avery Belgartson. Number 4, a senior, Katie Judkin. Number 7, a junior, Molly Mitchell. Number 8, a senior, Cassidy Burton. Number 13, a junior, Caitlin Stadler. Number 17, a senior, Aaliyah McDaniel. Number 21, a senior, Natalie Brown. Number 40, a junior, Addie Beck. And number 44, a junior, Taya Nelson. The head coach of Orem is Bill Sophia.
We welcome you today. We welcome you today at Pleasant Grove High School as we have Vikings versus the Orem Tigers. Oh, sorry. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Boston Harding here with
Zangrothy.
Orem, starting with the first serve on the first set today. Number 5. Received by PG, and the hit is received by Orem. Can they put it back over? Yes, they can, and they get the first point of the game, putting them in the lead 0-1.
Hit by PG, but it's hit out of bounds. Orem up 2-0.
Number 5 with the serve. And the hit by PG is out of bounds for the Tigers' point. Now 0-3.
PG with the hard spike, and it's blocked right over the net for a PG point. Amazing spike by the Vikings. Vikings make the lead, down by 2, 1-3. PG with the serve.
Vikings number 7, Molly Mitchell with the serve. And PG cannot receive it. A white tap by the Tigers gets the point, now 1-4, as Orem is up by 3 points.
Substitution for PG.
Orem number 3, Maddie Scott with the serve. PG cannot receive it. Now putting the Tigers up by 4 points, taking a big lead early in this first set.
PG with the spike. It's returned by Orem. Can Orem get it over? They can, but it's blocked by PG, and it's out of bounds Orem for a PG point.
Pleasant Grove number 13, Caitlin Stander with the serve. Cannot be received by the Tigers for Caitlin's first ace, and the first ace of the game. Put back over by PG. Cannot be blocked. 17 with the spike, and it is blocked by Orem.
Boston, we see PG coming here undefeated. And if I was a team going against an undefeated team like PG's volleyball team, I think I would be scared to come into their gym and play them. But what do you think? What do you think's been so good for PG that has made them go undefeated?
I mean, typically their blocks have been leading their points. Their serves as well. Whenever they've been serving, they've been very strong. and cannot be received by the Tigers for the Vikings point. As I was saying, the Vikings come out very strong whenever they're serving, and they get great rallies, as we are seeing right now, as PG has cut the Tigers' lead down to 1. Vikings tie the game now, 6-6.
PG with the serve. Orem with the spike, but it's blocked by PG, but just goes right out of bounds to the right. Good. It was a good block by PG, but PG could not make it over. But I'm gonna go back to what you said, Boston. I think like what you said to make our team undefeated is our blocks. But at the same time, I also think it's partially our spikes. Our spikes have been so good. They're so powerful that just makes it so teams can't return the ball as good as they want to.
Yeah, I second that, with mostly number 44, number 40, and number 17, who are Tatum Nelson, number 44, Addison Beck, number 40, and Alea McDaniel, number 17. They have been main blockers and hitters, as we've seen them all three have some amazing plays, amazing saves, blocks, and hits.
Good return by Orem, but it's blocked by PG right back over to Orem's side for a PG point. And just like we were saying, their blocks were good. That makes us undefeated, and they showed us right. Their blocks are amazing.
That was blocked by number 2, Avery Valgardson. Valgardson, sorry. It is tipped and blocked. Tipped, but PG cannot receive it. Now making it 7-10. The Tigers now have a three-point lead. Number 19 with the serve, Macy Allred. PG cannot receive, now making the score 7-11, giving Tigers the 4-point lead. Vikings get the point there. Pleasant Grove, number 2, Avery Valgardson. As Avery puts it back over. And it is dumped by number 7 on Pleasant Grove. Molly Mitchell. Number 2, Avery Valgardson with the serve again. Cannot be received by the Vikings, now making the score 9-12. The Tigers have a 3-point lead yet again. Both teams really starting to trade points here, going back and forth, but the Tigers really keeping up, staying with that 3-point lead. We have Tigers number 8, Amy Marshall with the serve. PG with the spike, and it is received by Orem. Number 40 with the spike. It is a Pleasant Grove point. Number 21, Madison Brown with the serve. Not the serve, sorry, the hit. Pleasant Grove, number 40, Addison Beck with the serve. Received by Orem. And is tipped by Pleasant Grove. The spike And it is out of bounds, just barely. Number 21, Madison Brown. The referee takes that back and saying that the flag person at the end corner called it in. He retakes it for a Vikings point, now 11-12.
Maddie Scott assists Sarah Page.
Orem number 5 with the serve now. Sarah Page. The spike. Orem barely received by Pleasant Grove. Can they make it back over? Yes, they can, but it is received by Orem. It is tipped by PG. Can they make the save? No, they cannot. The Tigers point now 11-14. Tigers still with a 3-point lead here. We have Sarah Page with the serve again. And it is not inbounds for the Vikings point. Now 12-14. Vikings number 1, Elizabeth Carver with the serve.
Return by Orem, hard spike. But it's a point for Orem. Not sure really what happened there. PG returned it, but the refs called a whistle. To be honest, I don't know what happened there.
Number 3 on Orem, Madison Scott. Maddie Scott, not Madison. Pleasant Grove with the spike. And it is blocked. Double hit, not called. And a block by number 17, Cambry Kahuni. I apologize if I got that name wrong. This now brings the score 13-15 as we have number 13 on Pleasant Groves with the serve, Caitlin Stalder. Received by Orem. And it is out of bounds for a Pleasant Grove point. Now bringing the Tigers' lead down to 1, 14-15. Caitlin Stalder with the serve again. As Orem makes a great play and the Vikings just cannot receive it. As Pleasant Grove player tries to dive for the play, it's just barely not in time, giving it a Tigers point, now 14-16. And the serve is barely in for a Tigers point, now 17-14. There was Scarlett Page with the serve. As Vikings take their first timeout. Both teams really coming out and showing that they really want this win. Tigers keep their lead 3 points throughout basically this entire set. Vikings are trying to claw back and get this victory and win this first set and give them the big lead to go into the second set. Vikings about to come out trying to regain that lead or at least tie the game.
PG only down 3 points. And we've seen a lot from PG when they've been down, they come back and they normally win the set when they come back. But we've seen, like I said, we've seen a lot of PG comeback points. PG with the hard spike and it cannot be returned by Orem for a PG point. 15-17, only down 2 points.
Alea McDaniel with the spike there for the points cut the Tigers' lead down to 2. So we have number 4, Caitlin Judkins with the serve. And it is blocked by Addison Beck for the Vikings point. Now bring it 16-17. Vikings point there now to make it 17-17, tying the game. We still have number 4, Katie Judkins with the serve. Received by Orem and put out of bounds for the ace, putting the Vikings in the lead by 1 point, 18-17. Orem takes their first timeout. Vikings going on a 4-point run there, bringing it 18-17. Not letting the Tigers score at all for those last 4 hits, last 4 serves. Not exactly sure what the terminology is there. Rallies, I guess. Vikings coming out really strong, really trying to make sure that they get the win. But Orem really trying to put them away here. Still have Katie Judkins, number 4, on the Vikings with the serve. And it hits the net, but barely makes it back over. And it is blocked by number 2, Avery Valgardson. And number 44 as well, Tatum Nelson. Bringing the Vikings lead to 2 now, 19-17. Katie with the serve. Number 40 with the spike. Addison Beck with the spike. Bringing Vikings lead to 3 now, 20-17. Orem tries to save it there, but tips it out of bounds. Katie with the serve. Cannot make it over for the Tigers point. Now brings us 20-18.
PG with the hard spike, but it's blocked by Orem. It's returned by PG. Another hard spike, but it's blocked by Orem. Once again for another point to tie the game. Not tie the game. I am so sorry to make it a 1-point game, 20-19.
Yeah, number 2, Ashley Scott with the serve. Cannot be received by Pleasant Grove for the ace. Tying the game 20-20.
Both teams only need to score 5 more points to win. Well, let me rephrase that. Now, PG only needs 4 more points to win unless if Orem comes back and they tie the game or they make it any less, because I cannot speak, I'm sorry, but both teams have to win by 2. Vikings need 4 points to win. Orem needs 5 points to win. And Orem scores once again with a hard spike to make the score 21-21.
Orem number 19, Macy Allred with the serve. As a hit The hit by Addison Beck is out of bounds for the Tigers point, making it 21-22.
Vikings use their last timeout.
As they take a timeout, we will take a break. This is PGSN, and I am Boston Harding, here with Zane Druppy. And we are back. Orem with the serve. Addison cannot make it over the net for the Tigers point, now making it 21-23. Tigers are up by 2 points and only need 2 points to win this first set. And it is blocked, but Orem makes it back over, but Vikings bring it down. Now 22-23, cutting the Tigers' lead to 1 now. Vikings need 3 points to win this first set, and the Tigers only need 2. Pleasant Grove, number 2, Avery Valgardson with the serve. Ends up in Vikings point, 23-23. The game is tied. Avery with the serve again. And is out of bounds for Tigers point, bringing it to match point, 24-23. Tigers are about to close out this first set. Tiger number 8, Amy Marshall with the serve. Looking to put the Vikings away in this first set. Number 7 with the hit, and it is in. Number 7, Molly Mitchell. Now is a win by 2 situation as Vikings tied the game 24-24 in this first set. Both teams really bringing out their power here in this first set, showing what they can do. We have Addison Beck on Pleasant Grove with the serve. And a great save by 2 players. We have number 17, Alea Marshall. Orem barely making it back over. 17, Alea Marshall with the spike. 2 diving plays by Orem. Can they make it back over? Yes, they can. The spike barely received by Orem. Pleasant Grove puts it back over for the Tigers to receive it. And it's tipped, and Vikings cannot bring it back over, making it match point 24-25. That was an amazing rally by both teams, really pulling out their best saves there. Possibly the best rally that we have seen at all in this year so far. We have number 5 on the Tigers with the serve, Sarah Page. Pleasant Grove barely makes it back over with 2 great saves. And the hit is received by Pleasant Grove. As is a Vikings point. As a tie game, 25-25. Number 17, Cambry Kunai with the point there. And we have number 1, Ashley Scott. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong roster. We have number 17, Aaliyah McDaniel with the point. And we have number 1, Elizabeth Carver with the serve. And is tipped by Pleasant Grove and cannot be received for a Tigers point. Now 25-26. Both teams really determined to win this first set. and set the rest of the game into motion. We have Orem number 3, Maddie Scott with the serve. And the hit is barely received by Orem. Put back over, and it is out of bounds to tie the game, 26-26. We have Viking number 13, Caitlin Stalder with the serve. Cannot be received by the Tigers for the ace, 27-26. As the Vikings go into match point here. Let's see if Caitlin Stalder can get match point. Let's see if they can get it right after this, as Orem takes their second timeout. We'll see what Pleasant Grove or Orem can pull out here right after this. This is PGSN, and I'm Boston Harding. And we are back. Caitlin Stalder with the serve. Cannot be received by Pleasant Grove to win the first set, 28-26. Vikings get the first set win of the match in a hard win, 28-26. Vikings barely pulling it out there at the end as they were down by 3 points. 2 or 3 points most of the game, but they pull out and end it, getting great position for the second set.
Oh, wait. Let her go, honey. Yep, that's on. Carter, you're up. Oh, a little bit softer, all right. Oh, it's going to come towards me, though. Nope. All right. Sit in. Yeah, just go. Yes. Looks better. Looks a lot better nicely. We'll see. It's kind of coming towards me again. Everybody, give me a hand, give me a hand.
And we are back to start this second set. Viking number 40, Addison Beck with the first serve of the second set. Addison Beck putting it back over. And she cannot get the save, giving Tigers the first point of the second set. Tiger number 5, Sarah Page with the serve now. And the spike is received. Number 17 with the spike, and it is blocked but received again. Is tipped and cannot be received by the Vikings, giving Tigers a 2-0 lead. Tigers really coming out strong here in this second set, trying to win it. Viking number 5, Sarah Page with the serve. Sorry, yeah, Tiger number 5. Put over by, I'm not exactly sure what the call was there, but it was a Tiger point, now giving them a 3-0 lead. Sarah Page with the serve. Cannot be received by Pleasant Grove, giving the Tigers a 0-4 lead, giving them a really big lead here to start off the second set.
Tigers with the serve. PG with the spike right over the net, but it's blocked by Orem. Can PG get it back over? And they will. Tip by Orem back to their side, but it's returned. But it's spiked right into the net. Makes the score 1-4 for the Vikings.
We have Viking number 7 with the serve. And that was Molly Mitchell. Vikings put it over. And it is a Vikings point as one of the players hit the ball twice on the Tigers. We have number 7, Molly Mitchell with the serve on the Vikings again. Is barely received by the Tigers. Number 17, Alea putting it over. And it is tipped and cannot be saved by the Vikings, giving the Tigers a 2-5 lead. Tigers are up by 3 points early into the second set, really coming out and showing just how bad that they want this win to tie it in set wins 1-1. Vikings put it over, but it is blocked by Orem. The Vikings still save it and bring it back, and it is blocked by Pleasant Grove. 44 putting it over. Tatum for the point, now 3-5. Amazing hit by Tatum. Tatum number 44. we have number 13, Caitlin Stalder with the serve now on the Pleasant Grove Vikings. And Aaliyah
Daniel?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Aaliyah McDaniel, sorry. I got confused. I just heard Daniel from the announcer. As it is a Tigers point, as Vikings block it, but block it out of bounds. Now giving Tigers a 2-point lead, 4-6. We have Tiger number 6, Scarlett Page with the serve. And blocked, but barely kept alive by the Tigers. And it's barely saved. Diving play by Elizabeth Carver. And it's blocked by number 2, Avery Valgardson. Amazing play for the point, bringing it 5-6 now. 4-6, I apologize.
We talked about in the first set, PG, we have seen a lot of them being down by, let's just say like random numbers, like 6, 5, 3, 2.
It was mostly 3 and 2.
I was just throwing out random numbers, but anyways, we've seen a lot of those when Vikings is down. Vikings normally come back and they tie the set and they occasionally win the set, which most of the times they do win the set. They come back from that, they're losing it. PG with the hit right over the net, but it's out of bounds from Orem point.
Now making it 4-8 as the Tigers have a 4-point lead. Tiger number 6, Sarah Page with the serve, and is dumped by Pleasant Grove, but the Tigers barely able to keep it alive.
Blocked by Orem. Can Orem get it back over though? And yes, they can, but it's out of bounds. Hit is way too hard, goes straight back into the visiting student section.
Viking number 4 with the serve, Katie Judkins. And he's blocked by PG, but goes straight down and kept on their side for the Tigers point. Now 5-9. Number 40, Addison Beck with the spike for the point, now making it 6-9 as Tigers have a 3-point lead. This is blocked by PG and we cannot save it, giving Tigers a 4-point lead, now 6-10. Number 40, Addison Beck with the point. Very hard spike, giving Vikings the point, now 7-10. The Tigers have a 3-point lead. Viking number 2, Avery Valgardson with the serve. And is blocked by PG. Number 23, Marley Molina. I'm so sorry if I butchered that.
PG with the serve. Right over in one hit by Orem. Didn't use their 3 hits, but it's blocked by PG, but still on their side. Can they get it over? Yes, they can. 2 people dive for the ball on Orem. Can Orem get it back over? Yes, they can, and cannot be returned by the Vikings for an Orem point. What an amazing rally by Orem. 2 people dive for the ball, get it right back over the net. Ref talking to the line ref. I believe they returned it over for a PG point. They did not. Wait. I do not know. I'm just as maybe confused as some of you. It is overturned for Vikings. Makes the score 9-10. I'm sorry that the scoreboard is not updated. Ten to 10. PG coming back from a really big lead that Orem had. And they just come back. And as I was talking, they came back and just won those sets.
Vikings tying the game 10-10 now. We will be right back right after this. And we are back. Vikings with the serve now, number 2, Avery Valgardson. Both teams are tied 10-10 in the second set. And if you're just now joining us, the Vikings won the first set 28-26 in a crazy rally at the end. Tiger number 3, Maddie Scott with the point there, bringing Tigers the lead, giving Tigers the lead by 1 point now, 10-11.
Orem with the serve. PG with the return, barely returned. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication. But Vikings, Orem hits it right over. Vikings cannot return it for an Orem point to make the score 10-12 in the second set.
Tiger number 8, Amy Marshall with the serve, cannot make it over for the Vikings point, now making it 11-12.
PG with the serve, return by Orem. It looked like it was maybe 4 hits by Orem. Gave refs pointed up a 2, whatever that means. I am not 100% sure.
I believe that means that one of the players hit the ball twice in a row.
But all I know is it's a Vikings point. Vikings can barely not burn it.
That. Tiger number 5, Sarah Page with the serve now. He is received by number 8 on the Vikings, Cassidy Brinton. and the Tigers cannot respond, tying the game 13-13. Both teams really going back and forth here in points, trying to make sure that they just pull out and try to get this victory on the second set. We have Viking number 7, Molly Mitchell with the serve. And the spike goes straight into the Vikings bench there. For a Tigers point, as Molly Mitchell tries to receive it, but ends up pushing it directly straight into the Vikings bench, giving Tigers the point. Now 13-14. And his tip and is tipped again by Viking blockers. We have number 17 with the hit. That was Oya McDaniel, but Tigers receive it.
Duffy scared me a little bit.
Great rally by both teams, but PG comes out on top. Number 23, Marley Molina. I believe that's how you say it. Tying the game 14-14 now. So we have Viking number 13, Caitlin Stalder with the serve. As Orem returns it, cannot put it back over for a Vikings point. Now 15-14. We have Caitlin with the serve again. Orem takes her second timeout of the set, using up all of them right about in the middle, around the middle. Vikings are up 15-14. Tigers will now not have any timeouts for later in this set when it might be crucial. Vikings starting to pull out here with the lead. As you can kind of see in the bottom, the Pleasant Grove student section is going crazy. Really showing their love for the sport and the school. We have Viking number 13, Caitlin Stalder with the serve now. Orem puts it back over, and there's a whistle. I don't quite understand why that was a Tigers point, but it was, tying the game 15-15 now. We have Tiger number 6, Scarlett Page with the serve. Pleasant Grove cannot put it over for the ace. Tigers up by 1 point now, 15-16. Scarlett Page will have the serve again. Received by 13 on the Vikings, Caitlin Stalder. And he's tipped out of bounds by Caitlin for the Tigers point. Now 17-15. As the Tigers came back there and got a 3-point rally, looking to continue that as well. Now 15-17 with a 2-point lead. Tigers with the point there, now 15-18. Pleasant Grove takes their first timeout of the second set. And we'll be right back right after this commercial. And we are back. Tiger number 6, Scarlett Page with the serve. Received by number 1, Vikings. And the spike by number 17 on the Tigers, Cambry Kunai. Now making it 15-19. Tigers really coming back here with a 4-point lead, as just a minute ago they were down by 2. We have Scarlett Page with the serve again. Put over by number 8, Cassidy Brinton. The spike is not received, flying into the bleachers in the back. Giving Tigers the 5-point lead, as the Vikings are not in a great spot here. As the Tigers have gone on a 6 or a 7-point run here. Vikings trying to stop that, and they do. Now making it 16-20, now down by 4. We have Vikings number 4, Katie Judkins with the serve now. Let's see if Vikings can pull this back. And they start off well, as Orem cannot make it over the net. Now 17-20. Katie with the serve again, cannot make it over for the Tigers point. Now 17-21. Tiger number 2, Ashley Scott with the serve. Barely put over by the Vikings. Number 40, Ashwin Beck with the hit. And is tipped by the Vikings. Put back over by number 2 and is blocked out of bounds. Avery Valgarson with the point, now 18-21. We have Cassidy Brighton. I believe I've been pronouncing that wrong this entire time. But she had the serve, and it is barely in the back corner for the Tigers. Now 18-22. Tigers are up by 4 points late into the second set. Really trying to pull away and get this set win. Number 40, Addison Beck with a spike, and it cannot be received by the Tigers. Now 19-22. Viking number 2, Avery Valgarson with the spike, the serve. Received by Orem. Spiked again by Vikings. And Vikings cannot respond. Now 19-23 as the Tigers are up by 4 points now, as the Vikings take their second timeout of the second set. Looking a little scrambled and a little frightened, as the Tigers are only 2 points away from getting this set win and tying sets 1-1 with the Vikings. And we are back. After this Vikings timeout, it is now 19-23. Tigers are up by 4 points. It's Tiger number 8, Amy Marshall with the serve. Received by the Vikings. Number 40 putting it over. Addison Beckett with the spike, and it is way out of bounds. Now 19-24. The Vikings cannot let any more points or else they will lose the second set. Tigers are at match point 19-24. Viking number 23 putting it over for the point. Now 20-24, Vikings still down by 4 points. Neither team has a timeout, so the rest of the end of the set will just be played straight forward. We have Addison Beck, number 40 on the Vikings with the serve. As the Vikings try to block it but cannot, they tip it down to their feet as the Tigers win the second set, now tying the Vikings 1-1 in set wins. As the Vikings won the first set 28-26 in a hard-fought overtime-ish end of round, and the Tigers will win the second set 20-25, win by 5 points against the Vikings to tie it 1-1 in set wins.
I do want to say two things. One, if players or parents in the stream right now, if we do say your daughter's name wrong, I am so sorry.
Yeah, I might not be the absolute best at reading names. Little disadvantage of mine. But this is PTSN, and we'll be right back at the start of the third set.
I think this one might be a little bit tilted. All right, Emma, you're up. I still think it's going to roll too much this way. Yeah. Not even close. Sorry, we got to let it roll. All right, Gabby's up next. Oh, she does not look happy about that yet. I mean, that's the only one that's going to be like, see? Oh, looks pretty good. It's got to stop soon. Oh, maybe? Oh. Hey, give me a hand, give me a hand.
And we are back to start this third set now, as the Vikings won the first set 28-26 in a hard-fought battle at the end. And the Tigers win by 5 in the second set, 20-25. As we start this third set, both teams have been looking absolutely amazing. The Vikings trying very hard to keep their undefeated title. We have Tigers number 5, Sarah Page with the serve. Received by number 8, Cassidy on the Vikings. And the spike by the Vikings is out of bounds for the Tigers' first point. And Sarah Page on the Tigers with the serve yet again. Number 17 on the Vikings. Away with the spike. It looks like it was tipped by the Tigers, but the refs do not say, giving the Tigers their early 2-0 lead. Sarah Page with the serve. As it is a Tigers point, now 0-3. Tigers coming out really strong in this third set, trying to get their second set win and eventually get their third one too, and try to put away the Vikings and give them their first loss of the season. Number 17, Orem McDaniel with the spike for the Vikings' first point, now 1-3. We have Viking number 7, Molly Mitchell with the serve now. Received by Orem. I take that back. Looked like it was about to be received, but Orem puts it into the stands. Now 2-3. Vikings only down by 1 point now. We have Molly Mitchell with the serve again. Received by Orem number 3, Maddie Scott. And is blocked by PG for the point. 3-3 now. As Tatum Nelson with the amazing block on PG. Molly Mitchell with the serve. Barely received by Orem. Can they put it back over? Yes, they can. Diving save by Pleasant Grove. Cannot save it for the second time, giving Tigers the point. Now 3-4. I take that back. It was a Vikings point, as I believe the Tigers hit the net on their way down, making it a Vikings point. Now tying the game 4-4, as the Vikings could not receive it there. Is a Tigers point. Now 4-5 in this third set. Tigers up by 1 point. Viking number 44 with the spike, but it is received. Diving play by 2 players. And the Tigers block it, but put it out of bounds. Now 5-5. We have Vikings number 33, Kaiten Stalder with the serve. Received by the Tigers. Put over, Received by Pleasant Grove. Number 17 with the spike, Aaliyah McDaniel for the point. Now 6-5. Caitlin Salter with the serve on Pleasant Grove. Received by number 6 on the Tigers, Scarlett Page. And the spike by number 24 on Orem, Sophie Campbell, is put out of bounds for the Vikings point. Now 7-5. Caitlin Salter with the serve again. The spike by number 24, Sophie Campbell, is blocked by Pleasant Grove number 44, Tatum Nelson. And I believe number 2, Avery Van Gardson, was also in that block. We have Katie Salter with the serve, received by Orem. And the spike is blocked by number 17 on Pleasant Grove, Aaliyah McDaniel. Pleasant Grove really going on a run here. As Orem takes their first timeout, the Vikings are up by 4 points now, as they were down 0-3 to start the set, and now they came back, now 9-5, up by 4 points. Crazy comeback by Pleasant Grove, as they are really looking to continue this run and put them up just even higher. And we are back at the end of the first timeout. Sorry, the second timeout. Yeah, Caitlin Stalder with the serve. Received by Orem. And the spike is blocked by number 2, Avery Van Gardson, and number 44, Tatum Nelson on the Vikings for the point. Vikings now up by 5 points, 10-5. Caitlin with the serve. The spike is tipped by Pleasant Grove, but out of bounds and not being able to be saved by the Vikings. Now 10-6. Tiger number 6 with the serve now. Scarlett Page. Vikings cannot make it over for the Tiger point. Now Vikings are up by 3 points, 10-7. Scarlett with the serve. Number 2, Avery with the spike. Number 24 on the Tigers with the hit over Sophie Campbell for the point. Tigers trying to cut the Vikings lead down now, 10-8. Vikings are only up by 2. They lost their 5-point lead. And number 2, Avery Van Gardson on the Vikings with the great spike, now making it 11-8. As Viking takes their subs, we will have number 44, Katie Judskin with the serve now. Orem with the hit and is received by Caitlin Stalder on the Vikings. 24 on the amazing save by Pleasant Grove, and is blocked. Number 17, Cambry Kunai on the Tigers, trying to put it over, but is blocked by Tatum Nelson and I believe also Avery Valgardson. We have Katie Judkins with the serve now. Vikings are up, sorry, voice crack. Vikings are up by 5 points now. Avery Valgardson and Tatum Nelson with the block, putting the Vikings up by 5 points, 13-8. We have Katie Judkins with the serve on Pleasant Grove. The hit is received by Pleasant Grove. Addison Beck with the spike and is barely going over. Tipped by Pleasant Grove, barely making it over. Great saves by both teams, but the Vikings come out on top. Sophie Campbell cannot make it back over, giving the Vikings a 6-point lead now, 14-8. Katie with the serve again. Received by Orem. Barely put over it, and Pleasant Grove puts it out of bounds. The score is now 14-9. Vikings up by 6 points. Sorry, 5 points, not 6. Tiger number 2, Maddie Scott. Received by Pleasant Grove. Is blocked by Pleasant Grove and put out of bounds by Tigers now 15-9, sorry. I don't know where I got 13 from. Vikings up by 6 points. So we had number 8, Cassidy Brinton with the serve. Number 12, Rain Fuller on the Tigers, not able to make it over. Now 16-9. So Orem takes their second timeout. Vikings are up by 7 points, 16-9. Vikings with a huge lead here, really trying to win this third set and possibly win the fourth set and put the Orem Tigers away and keep their undefeated status. And we are back. Cassie Brinton with the serve on the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Barely received by Orem and is blocked by number 40, Addison Beck for the point. Bring the Vikings lead up now to 8, 17-9. Tigers really trying to break double digits here, but the Vikings are not allowing them to. Cassidy with the serve. Not able to be received by the Tigers for the ace, 18-9. The Vikings are now doubling the Tigers score. Vikings about to break 20 points. Well, the Tigers haven't even broke double digits. Barely received by Pleasant Grove, and the spike is tried to be blocked by number 17 on the Tigers, Cambry Kunai, and also number 24, Sophie Campbell, but cannot be received as it goes down to the floor, giving Vikings a point, now 19-9. Sophie Campbell with the hit. A strong hit by Addison Beck on the Vikings, but is still received by the Tigers. Addison with the spike again. Now 20-19. Vikings are up by 11 points. Vikings in an absolutely phenomenal spot here to win this third set. Vikings really putting forth their best plays and their best efforts to win this third set, try to get their second set win of the night. Addison Beck putting it over. Addison again, and it's blocked. Tigers get the point, 20-10 now. Vikings up by 10 points. Tigers with the serve. As the Vikings cannot receive it. Now bring the score 20-11. Tigers down by 9 points. Addison Beck with the spike, and the Tigers cannot respond. Vikings up by 10 points now, 21-11. Tigers trying their best to come back from this, but the Vikings are really just denying that and not letting them come back. The wave number 2, Avery Valgardson with the spike, the serve, sorry. Vikings are unable to put it back over. Now 21-12. Vikings up by 9 points. Tiger number 8, Amy Marshall with the serve. Barely able to be received by the Vikings. And the spike cannot be received that time. Now 21-13. Tiger number 8 with the serve. Amy Marshall. The spike is tipped by Pleasant Grove. Diving save. Great play by the Vikings to get it back over. Cannot be received going into the stands of Pleasant Grove. Score now 21-14. Tigers really trying their best to come back now. Amy Marshall on the Tigers with the serve. Vikings only needing 4 points to win the set, as the Tigers need 11. Addison Beck with the spike there, getting the point. Many players thought that the Tigers received that just barely, but they're unable to. Giving Vikings the 8-point lead, now 22-14. Number 40, Addison Beck with the serve on the Vikings. The spike is way out of bounds, going to the flag person at the end. Vikings only needing 2 points now to win this third set. Addison Beck with the serve, being able to be received by the Tigers. Addison with the spike, and it is out of bounds for the Tigers' point. Now 23-15. As the Vikings are up by 8 points. Tiger number 5, Sarah Page with the serve. Received by the Vikings, and is blocked by the Tigers for the point. Now 23-16. Sarah Page with the serve on the Tigers. Received by the Vikings. Orem McDaniel with the spike, and it is out of bounds. Now 23-17. Vikings take their second timeout of the set. Obviously, there has been something going at least a little bit wrong with the Vikings at the end, as they're unable to get any scores in the last few minutes.
Okay, I'm just going to take a minute to break off the game. We want to thank you so much for joining into PGSN. We obviously, I'm guaranteeing you guys know, this is run by high school students. So we appreciate you guys joining in, and we try to make the broadcast as good as possible for you guys. So once again, like I've said, we appreciate you guys joining in. It means so much to us, and we hope that we can continue to make good streams for you guys.
Number 5 on the Tigers, Sarah Page with the serve. A little bit of miscommunication there by the Vikings as two players dive for it, but it still works for them as Vikings get their point. Now 24-17. Molly Mitchell there with the point. Vikings with the serve. Barely received. Great diving play by the Tigers, but it does not work as the Vikings win the set. Now 25-17. Vikings win the second set. Vikings win the second set 25-17, winning by 8 points there. Biggest win lead that we have seen thus far. Vikings really looking to put this fourth set in their favor and make sure that they can win this game and keep their undefeated status. This has been PGSN, and we'll be right back after this. And we are back to start this fourth set here. Vikings are up 2-1 in set wins. Very high hopes from both teams here to try to get this fourth set won and push it into a fifth set. Number 40, Addison Beck on the Vikings with the first serve of this fourth set. And is blocked by PG, but kept alive. And number 17, Aaliyah McDaniel with the first point on the Vikings in the first set. And I believe for the first time in this game, the Vikings got the first point of the set. Addison Beck with the serve again, and is hit way back into the student section of the Orem Tigers, giving Addison Beck the ace. First ace of the set. Addison Beck with the serve now. Cannot make it over. Now giving Tigers the serve and the point. Now 2-1. As from now on, I will be the only commentator, as Zane Garothy has stepped in and started running the scoreboard now. We have number 5. Aaliyah McDaniel trying to get the spike there, but it puts it out of bounds, now making it 2-2. Number 5 on the Tigers, Sarah Page. I think I've been saying that wrong. She gets the ace, now giving Tigers the lead. Now 2-3. Sarah Page with the serve now. Vikings with the hit. Orem able to respond. Can we put it back over? Yes, we can. Orem responds just barely again. Aaliyah McDaniel trying to get us the point, trying to get Vikings the point there, but cannot as she hits it out of bounds. Now giving the Tigers the 2-point lead. Now 2-4. Sarah Page with the serve. Aaliyah McDaniel with the very hard spike there, trying to get the point. The spike is received again by Orem. As is the Tigers' point, now 2-5. Vikings just barely not able to respond there. Sarah Page with the serve now. Tigers with the 3-point lead. Aaliyah McDaniel with the spike. Orem gets a point there. Vikings now down by 4 points, 2-6 early in this fourth set. Sarah Page with the serve on the Tigers. Put over by number 2, Avery Valgardson. And the Tigers point, now 2-7. PG down by 5 points here. PG number 21, Madison Brown with the point there. Now 3-7. Number 7 on the Pleasant Grove Vikings, Molly Mitchell with the serve. And it is out of bounds for a Pleasant Grove point. Now 4-7. PG cutting the Tigers' lead down to 3 now. Molly Mitchell with the serve, and it is out of bounds for the Tigers' point. Now 4-8. Vikings are down by 4 points. They've seen worse spots and have come back to win it. Number 44, Tatum Nelson on the Vikings with the point. Bringing the score now 5-8. Vikings down by 3 points. Now we have number 13, Caitlin Stalder with the serve on the Vikings. Getting put over and able to be received by the Tigers. See if the Vikings can get a hard hit. Tatum there with the hard hit, but still able to be put back by the Tigers. Not this time as they block it out of bounds. Aaliyah McDaniel with the point. Now 6-8. Vikings cutting the Tigers a lead down to 2 now. We have Caitlin Stalder with the serve. And the spike by the Tigers is a soft hit for the point. Now 6-9. Number 6. Barely being put over by the Tigers there. Great save. Can they do it again? Yes, they do. Number 2, Avery Gardson, sorry. A player on the Tigers with the double hit, giving Vikings a point. Now 7-9. We have number 4, Katie Judkins, I apologize, with the serve. Received by Orem, number 6. Diving save by number 8 on the Vikings, and is hit out of bounds by the Tigers. Now 8-9. Great save by Cassidy Brinton on the Vikings. Number 4, Katie Judkins on Pleasant Grove with the serve. The spike cannot make it over the net for the Vikings point. Now tying the game 9-9. Vikings really coming back here after they are down by 5 points. Now tying the game. Katie Judkins with the serve again. And it is received by Orem. And the hit is received by Pleasant Grove. Tatum Nielsen with the spike. With the block. As Tigers try to spike, but Tatum Nielsen, I apologize, says no and does not let that ball go over the net, giving Vikings a lead. Now 10-9. Orem with the spike. Pleasant Grove tries to receive it and save it, but cannot. Tigers tie the game 10-10 now. Tiger number 2, Ashley Scott with the serve. Received by the Vikings and hit by the Tigers. Number 40, Addison Beck with the spike there for the point. Now 11-10. Number 8, Cassidy Brinton with the serve on Pleasant Grove Vikings. And the hit is out of bounds for a Vikings point. Now 12-10. Orem takes the first timeout of this second set. Vikings are up by 2 points, 12-10. Early in this set, they were down by 5 points, 2-7. Now the Vikings come back up by 2, 12-10. Vikings really looking to put this fourth set away and win the game. They're up by 1 in set wins, 2-1. And we are back. Cassidy Brinton with the serve on Pleasant Grove Vikings now. Received by Orem. They put it back over. Number 2, Avery Valgardson with the spike and is put out of bounds by Orem. Now giving Vikings the lead, 13-10. Vikings up by 3 points. Cassidy Brinton with the serve and is out of bounds for the Tigers point. Now 12-11. Vikings lead is now 2 points. Nice sliding play by Orem. Oya McDaniel trying to get the spike there, but cannot, as it is out of bounds, and now it is 13-12. Vikings are up by 1 point. It is blocked by Orem. Vikings still able to put it back over. Addison Beck with the hit. Barely able to be put back over and is hit out of bounds by the Vikings as Tigers tie the game 13-13. Tigers number 19 with the serve. And that is Maisie Allred. As is a Vikings point, now 14-13. Avery Valgardson on the Vikings with the serve now. As the Tigers hit it out of bounds for the ace. Vikings are up by 2 points, 15-13 now. Avery Valgardson with the serve now. And a tough play by both teams. As the spike by number 21 on the Vikings. Madison Brown is out of bounds. Now 15-14. Vikings are up by 1 point. Some deliberation by the refs here, as I believe the Pleasant Grove Vikings tried to challenge the play to see if one of the Tigers players tipped the ball on its way over. And it stays a Tigers point after some deliberation by both coaches and one of the players. We had Tiger number 8, Amy Marshall, with the serve. Cannot make it over the net, giving Vikings the point, 16-14. Vikings up by 2 points. Pleasant Grove number 40, Addison Beck, with the serve. And it is out of bounds by Orem, giving Vikings a point, now 17-14. Addison Beck with the serve again. Not able to be received by the Vikings, by the Tigers, I apologize, for the Viking ace. Now 18-14 as the Orem Tigers take their first timeout, second, I believe. Both teams were just fighting, but Vikings coming out on top with a 4-point lead here, 18-14. We're now back. Vikings up by 4 points. Pleasant Grove number 40, Addison Beck with the serve now. The spike is received just barely by number 8, Cassidy Brinton by Pleasant Grove. And then number 17, Aaliyah McDaniel with the spike to get the point. What a save by Cassidy there. And then Aaliyah McDaniel with the hard spike as Tigers cannot respond or receive it. Now bringing the score at 19-14, Vikings up by 5 points. Addison Beck with the serve and is out of bounds for the Tigers point, now 19-15. Tiger number 5, Sarah Page with the serve. And it is received by the Vikings. And Viking number 21, Madison Brown with the point. As 2 of the Tigers players try to block it, but it goes down to their feet. Pleasant Grove number 7, Molly Mitchell with the serve. And the spike by Aaliyah McDaniel is out of bounds for the the Tigers point, now 20-16. Tigers with the serve now. Hard spike by number 24, Sophie Campbell on the Tigers for the point. Bring the Vikings lead to 3 now, 20-17. This is number 3, Maddie Scott will have the spike, and it will just barely not make it over the net. As for a second, it kind of glides along the top of the net. Vikings up by 4 points now, 21-17. Viking number 13, Caitlin Stalder with the serve. And the spike is just barely in for a Tigers point. Now 21-18. As Tigers number 6, Scarlett Page will now have the serve. received by the Pleasant Grove Vikings, and the spike by Tatum Nelson cannot be received for the Vikings point. Now 22-18 as Vikings are up by 4 points. Vikings number 4, Katie Judkins with the serve now. Orem with the hit, diving save. The spike is blocked by Orem. Vikings cannot save it, giving Tigers the point. Now 22-19. Vikings up by 3 points here. Ashley Scott, number 2 on the Tigers with the serve. Received by the Vikings. And the hard spike by Addison Beck, but is somehow received by the Tigers. Avery Valgardson with the spike cannot be received by the Tigers. Now giving the Vikings the lead 23-19. Vikings up by 4 points here. As we'll have Viking number 8, Cassidy Brinton with the serve. The spike cannot be received. Number 17, Cambry Cooney. Cambry Cooney with the spike there and cannot be received by the Vikings. Now 23-20. Tigers make some subs. Tiger number 19, Macy Allred with the serve here. Vikings up by 3 points, 23-20. Received by the Vikings. Number 2, Avery with the spike, and it is out of bounds for the Tigers point. Now 23-21. And they're served by the Tigers. Number 40, Addison Beck with the spike there. Now giving the Vikings match point now, 24-21 as the Vikings are up by 3. We have number 2, Avery Valgardson with the serve here. And it is in for a match. Set match point. Sorry. Set match game now. Vikings win the game 3 set wins to 1. They won the first one 28-26 in a hard-fought battle at the end. Tigers win the second one 20-25. Vikings with the big lead 25-17 in the third set. And the Vikings close out the game 25-21 in the fourth set. Some amazing plays by the Vikings and also electrifying plays by the Tigers. Both teams really showing